Hello folks, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to take you back on a musical journey all the way back to 1993. I'm planning taking you back through the gigs I attended year by year. The first gig I went to was in 1993. My name's Ricky and welcome to my channel, Gig in 60 Seconds. Okay, so just to set the scene, what happened in 1993? The Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl and the Chicago Bulls won the NBA Championship with Michael Jordan winning the MVP award. Over in the UK, the biggest selling single was Meatloaf's I Would Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That. Does anybody know what it is that he wouldn't do yet? We also had releases from bands such as Guns N' Roses with the Spaghetti Incident, which was a covers album, and Duff McKagan released his first solo album, Believe in Me, which I've got and was really good, I thought. Then Sepultura had Chaos AD, that was released, and Type O Negative had Bloody Kisses, and Clawfinger released an album, Deaf, Dumb, Blind. And Iron Maiden had a couple of releases with a real live one followed by a real dead one. The real live one featured the albums from basically Somewhere in Time album, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, No Prayer for the Dying, and Fear of the Dark. And a real dead one featured all the previous material. In the movie world, we were introduced to Jurassic Park for the first time. What a great film that was. And it was also marked the tragic passing of Brandon Lee when he was filming The Crow, which was released in 1994. In 1993, I was only 16 years of age, and this marked the first time that I was going to ever go to a concert. And that concert was Iron Maiden, who were without doubt my favourite band at the time. My mum entered me in a competition in a local paper called the Evening Times in Glasgow. And it was a competition in connection with Tennent's, the brewery. And it was for 5 people plus 1 to win tickets to go to this concert. But not only that, you got to meet the band and you were promised to go up on stage and sing along during one of the songs. So my mum entered this and I was lucky enough to win one of these tickets. So not only was this my first ever concert, but I was going to get to meet the band. So what an amazing occasion this was for me. So, I mean, this was my ticket stub here. However, when I went along and met the girls, we got this sticker to go backstage. And yeah, sure enough, I did get to meet the band. I was overawed by the occasion, to be honest. My first concert, and being really young and naive, you know, I didn't really know what to say. I kind of remember having a conversation with Nickel McBrain, and he offered me a beer. I was only 16 at the time, so I had some of that. And unfortunately, you couldn't get any pictures at that time. I have got one picture here, which the Tennent's team took. I'll put it up on the screen. So, unfortunately, my mate here is in the foreground, right at the front, and I'm away at the back. You can just see my head. I don't know how that came about, but I was really shy 16-year-old at the time. So talking to Iron Maiden and mulling about with the other 10 contestant winners, we never got to hear The Almighty, which were a band that I was really into at the time. So that was one downfall, which got rectified, but more about that later. So the gig itself, obviously the SECC is not the greatest layout. I mean, it's essentially just a hall. If you've never been to this before, just imagine it's just a big, massive hall with seats up on it. And we did have seating areas part of the competition winning. And we were told basically when you hear the song before Heaven Can Wait, I think it was a Clairvoyant. It was about song 14 or 15. I'll put the track listing up so that you can see it. We were to make our way down to stage. So we did that. So here's the 10 of us all waiting backstage, and we can see through the gap and see the crowd all in the background. I'm not sure what the capacity was of the SECC. I think it was in the region of maybe 10,000. But anyway, we got to go out during Heaven Can Wait, during the chorusy bit where it goes, whoa, 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 dun. And what a phenomenal feeling, just like the buzz that came over you when you were out there and the band were playing behind you and everybody's looking up at you. And my only regret is that there's no footage from it or no photographs. I've tried like Googling through the archives to see if I can see if anyone has any photos of this, and I wrote to the Evening Times and to see if they did any pictures, and I can't find anything. So if anybody's watching this and they do have any footage, then let me know. The gig itself, I was pretty excited about getting to go up on stage, so I was a bit nervous during the first sort of hour of the show, but they were playing songs, obviously, for the Real Live One album and also the Real Dead one. They played 20 songs, which is really good, because when you look at a lot of the Maiden shows of late, you maybe only get 12, 13, 14 songs, so it was 20 songs back then, so it must have lasted a couple of hours. Okay, my second concert, and this was my only other gig of 1993, was getting to see the Almighty. And that was at the Barrowlands. So, as I say, I was excited for this one because I had been looking forward to seeing the Almighty at the SECC, but because we were meeting the band, we were backstage and we never got to hear them. So I was really into the Almighty at this time. I had the Power Tripping album, and I think they played about 8 or 9 songs from that. They played 20 songs in total from it. I think I just went to the gig myself. I remember being right down the front, jumping up and down, getting really sweaty in it. And Ricky Warwick was in fine voice, and yeah, I just thought this was brilliant. So before the Almighty took to the stage, we had the Wild Hearts as support, and I watched a full show, and to be honest, they blew me away. I thought, well, there's something about them. I loved the riffs from it, and it was really catchy choruses and some really good guitar tunes in it, and it stuck with me. And I remember going home after the gig and hearing one of the songs, TV Tan, on Tom Russell's Rock Show, and I remember thinking, that was from the Wild Hearts, that's right, they were supporting Almighty. And I went out the next day and I bought the Earth vs the Wild Hearts album, and that was the start of me getting to like the Wild Hearts. And I think I've seen them out 17 or 18 times. I'm due to see them this year, I think it's March. So yeah, super excited for that. So yeah, just 2 gigs in 1993, but 3 bands that really stand out for me, and obviously a first concert never to forget. That wasn't the first and only time that I've been on stage with Iron Maiden singing, by the way. If you watch one of my videos, I'll put a link in the comments. I've got an Iron Maiden video and there's more about that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane for me. It's kind of making me jog my memory about some of these gigs. Let me know what concerts you were at in 1993 and if you were at any of these gigs. If you enjoyed this video, then please think about subscribing to my channel and setting reminders. As I say, I plan on releasing one of these every week for the next 30 odd weeks until I get us up to the year 2025. Till next time, thanks for watching.